Hey everybody, it's Mark Arnstein, your Max Hallmark, and of course livingnorthtoronto.com, and this is vlog number 45. And today we're going to be doing a three-part series on the different housing plans from our three major parties for the upcoming election on September 20th. And today we're going to start off talking about the Liberals' plan for the housing market going forward. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the Liberal Party platform for 2021 on their housing plan. Now again, as we go into this, I wanna make sure everyone understands, and this is very clear, these are not my own personal political views. I'm just giving you the information so you can make an informed decision based on what the parties are describing, what they wanna do and what they wanna achieve if they're gonna be elected into the majority government in control for Canada. So, the Liberal plan is as follows. It's a three-part series. Part number one is unlock home ownership. Number two is to build more homes, and number three is protect your rights. Now, unlocking home ownership is as follows. It's got a 5-step process to it. One, which is going to help renters become on a rent-to-own program. Number two is to create a tax-free savings account for first-time home buyers, allow them to get into the market easier, create more money for a down payment. Number three is to have a first-time buyer incentive that is more flexible. Number four is double the first-time homebuyer's tax credit. So again, there are tax credits that they get for property taxes that they pay through provincial, provinces, federal, those when you buy a home. Number five is to reduce costs of mortgage insurance. So if you are going in on a high ratio mortgage, which means you're putting less than 20% down, there is an insurance fee goes along to insure the loan, and they're going to try and reduce that amount of money that goes on the insurance. And based on these claims, they think they can save the home buyer around $30,000. Next one, number two, is going to be to build more homes. So what they want to do is they want to give cities new tools to speed up housing construction. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to do that because it's all based on municipalities, so I'd love to know more information about that one. Two is to build and repair more affordable homes. Three is convert empty spaces into housing. So unused buildings, like office spaces, things like that, they want to try and convert those more into housing. I'm not, again, sure exactly how they plan to move that one forward. They also want to help different generations of a family be able to live together easier. They want to support Indigenous housing, 100%. They want to try and end the chronic homeless situation that we have in Canada. And again, the idea is that they're going to do is help 1.4 million homes be built, preserved, or repaired to ensure greater supply of homes onto the market. Now, I don't know how they're going to be doing this, and eventually we could do a summary at the end of this and dive a lot deeper into these topics, but I want to give you the basis of what they're proposing. And then the last one is about protecting your rights. And this is kind of goes more on the daily basis of real estate agents, what the real estate market is kind of be coming into and feeling if this is to go through, what the pressures might be. So they want to protect the homeowner's bill of rights by banning blind bids and ensuring mortgage deferrals. Number two is they want to crack down on speculation and house flipping, which I'm not really sure why they want to do that one, but temporarily ban foreign ownership in Canadian housing. And again, I'm like, it's temporary, so I'm not sure what's going to be the time limit on that. I'm not totally sure. And they want to stop excessive profits in financialization of housing. And then the fifth one is they want to strengthen federal oversight of the housing market. So obviously they want to put more regulations into how the housing market is run in Canada. Okay, all right, so that's the Liberals Party and what they're proposing for the housing market. So again, it's number one, unlock home ownership, two, build more homes, and three, protect your rights. Now, out of each one, there are things that I like about them, and there's some things that I think that makes absolute total sense. Number one, on the first one about unlocking your home ownership, I'm not really sure how they're going to do a rent-to-own program and what the outlines of that are going to be, only because if, as a landlord, if I have no intention of selling my property, how could there be a rent-to-own program? I'm not really sure how that's going to look. I love the idea of creating a tax-free savings account that can be used towards your down payment instead of having to use money on your RSPs. I think that's fantastic. Again, more incentives to get first-time buyers into the market. It was always great by helping reduce the amount of money that they have to pay on insurance on the high ratio loans, to give them more flexibility. And yes, I think that's all really good. Building more homes, again, I'm not exactly sure how they're gonna go about doing this because someone has to acquire the property. So whether the federal government's gonna be doing it or they're gonna encourage people to sell off and give them incentives for doing it, I'm not really sure how that's gonna work. Again, if a landlord, or sorry, even a person owns a major tower that happens to be seen relatively vacant, again, they own the asset, so who's acquiring the asset in order to convert it over into condominiums to make incentify for more housing? So I'm not sure how that's going to go on. Again, obviously supporting Indigenous housing, 100%, I think that's fantastic. Ending homeless situations, again, obviously those are all amazing tools. And again, I know multi-generations because we're a multicultural nation. We have lots of immigration coming into this country all the time. So we know that this is going on a regular basis, so allow that to happen more freely. All good for more generations living in the household. Summary on protecting your rights. And there's gonna be a lot of controversy on this. I'm not gonna say whether I agree or whether I disagree. I think it's just really interesting that they wanna dive so deep into the housing market. The only reason why I say this is that one of the things that drives the overall economy is actually real estate. So if the real estate market is doing extremely well, generally it means everything else is doing relatively well. So like from your home inspectors, to your photographers, to your hardware stores, to your furniture stores, to art dealers, to just anything to do with home decor, trades, construction, improvements, all those things generally get very going when the housing market is doing extremely well, which helps the overall general economy. So to try and put more of a tightening rein on it, I don't know, I'm not an economist, but to me it doesn't really necessarily make a whole lot of sense. And again, same thing, crackdown on speculation of housing, flipping houses. I get it, people like to buy older homes, renovate them, and turn around and resell them. So they're actually making improvements to the property. So why there should be a higher tax rate for that, I'm not really sure how they're gonna implement that one. And again, like if the federal government's gonna get into the oversight of how the overall housing works, then isn't that kind of taken away from the whole libertarianism, self-entrepreneurship of driving the rights of homeowners to be able to obviously profit from their homes as they go and they do increase in value, because it's the one thing you own in life that is actually a tax-free investment if it's your personal residence. So anyways, these are my thoughts. If you want more information, happy to discuss this further. Feel free to reach out, DM, text, email, whichever works best for you. Always happy to chat. Always make sure you follow along on social, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Otherwise, thanks for watching, stay safe, stay positive, and we'll be back next week with our talk on the Conservative Party. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.